This morning is not an accident. It is a quiet offering, a small reminder that no matter how heavy yesterday felt, today is untouched, a fresh canvas, a clean page, a chance to meet life with calm eyes and a steady heart. Before the noise of the world reaches for your attention, pause, breathe. Notice the way your chest rises and falls. Feel the air pass through your body. That simple rhythm is proof that you are still here, and being here is enough. The Stoics would tell us that life itself is the rarest gift, and that every morning we wake, we are debtors of fortune. Marcus Aurelius once reminded himself, when you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Let that be your starting point today. Not what you lack, not what you wish to fix, but the undeniable fact that you are alive and in this moment, safe. Gratitude is not always loud. It does not shout. It whispers in the quiet spaces. It shows itself when you notice small things. The softness of your blanket, the light slipping through your window, the strength of your breath. Gratitude, the Stoics believed, turns what we have into enough. It removes the sting of desire, the ache of comparison, and the fear of not having. So begin this day with a gentle choice. Not to chase everything at once, not to carry yesterday's burdens, but to stand still in appreciation. Say softly to yourself, I have enough. I am enough. This moment is enough. These words may feel small, but they hold great power. They shift your focus from absence to presence. They remind you that peace is not found in what you collect, but in how you see. The Stoic meaning of gratitude. The world will tell you that abundance is measured in wealth, status, or possessions, but the Stoics knew better. Seneca wrote that wealth is not in great possessions, but in having few wants. True abundance is when your heart no longer feels enslaved to longing. Gratitude is a key that unlocks this abundance. To practice gratitude is to remind yourself daily, nothing is owed to me, but everything I receive is a gift, even hardship, even obstacles. Epictetus taught that life's difficulties are not punishments, but training grounds for the soul. If you can meet challenges with calm endurance, you have already received abundance, because you possess inner strength. So as you breathe in this new day, remind yourself, I thank life for what is given to me freely. I thank challenge for sharpening my spirit. I thank this breath, because it proves I am still capable of living with purpose. Every morning, you can choose to be rich in what matters most, not in the size of your house, but in the steadiness of your mind, not in the approval of others, but in your freedom from needing it, not in endless desires, but in the peace of knowing you already have enough. This is Stoic abundance, the kind that cannot be stolen, broken, or lost, the kind that lives within your character. Affirmations of gratitude. Take a moment now. Place your hand over your heart. Breathe in deeply and repeat softly, I am grateful for this breath. I am grateful for my strength. I am grateful for the chance to live today with peace. When you affirm gratitude, you are not pretending that life is perfect. You are choosing to see what is already good. You are strengthening your perception, turning your mind away from lack and toward sufficiency. Marcus Aurelius wrote, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. So let your affirmations become that way of thinking. Whisper them when fear visits. Repeat them when doubt creeps in. Gratitude will steady you. Abundance, as the Stoics saw it, abundance in the Stoic sense, is not about filling your life with more. It is about realizing that less can be enough. That simplicity carries freedom. That your worth is not measured by what you own, but by how little you need to be at peace. Imagine waking each morning not with the thought, I need more, but with the thought, I already have all that I need. This is where real wealth begins. Affirm softly, abundance is already within me. I need little, but I welcome much. I am rich in the strength of my character, the love in my heart, and the peace of my mind. When you think this way, you loosen the chains of desire. You stop measuring yourself against others. You step into freedom. For the Stoics, this was the only true abundance. Freedom from being mastered by cravings, envy, and fear. Starting fresh each day. Every morning is a chance to start again. You do not need to carry the weight of yesterday. You do not need to predict tomorrow. You only need to show up for this moment. Say to yourself, today I begin again. Today I choose calm. Today I meet life with gratitude. This is how the Stoics lived. One day at a time, one moment at a time. They did not waste mornings worrying about the far future. They trained their minds to focus on what was within their control. And that, above all, was their perception. You cannot always control what happens, but you can always control how you meet it. Gratitude strengthens that control. Abundance flows from that control. And affirmations anchor that control. So let today be guided by words that honor your strength. I am calm in the face of uncertainty. I am rich in the peace I create within. I am ready for this day, and I trust the process of life. Resilience through gratitude. Gratitude is not only for the easy mornings. It is especially for the mornings when your chest feels heavy, when your mind wants to spiral, when your heart aches for something it cannot have. It is in these moments that gratitude becomes an anchor. The Stoics taught us that suffering does not come from events themselves, but from the judgments we place upon them. Epictetus reminded us, men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of things. Gratitude shifts those views. Gratitude takes what could crush you and turns it into fuel for strength. Say this softly, even if it feels strange at first. I thank life for the obstacles before me, for they shape me into who I must become. I thank disappointment, for it teaches me to rely on myself. I thank pain, for it sharpens my spirit and teaches me compassion. This is not denial. This is transformation. By giving thanks even in hardship, you reclaim power. You stop asking, why me? And begin saying, try me. Every trial becomes training. Every setback becomes strength. This is resilience born from gratitude, visualization, and presence. Now close your eyes for a moment. Take a slow breath in. Let it fill you, then release. Imagine yourself moving through the day with calm. Imagine challenges arising, but instead of breaking you, they meet a steady, unshaken heart. Picture yourself speaking with clarity, walking with confidence, breathing without rush. This is not fantasy. This is practice. The Stoics visualize a day ahead to prepare the mind. They called it premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. They imagine difficulties, not to create fear, but to dissolve it. When you see yourself handling life with grace, the real moments find you ready. Affirm to yourself, I see myself walking through this day with calm. I see obstacles, and I see myself overcoming them. I see myself grounded, grateful, and abundant in all that I need. Visualization is not about controlling the future. It is about preparing your spirit. It turns anxiety into readiness. It turns fear into calm. And when combined with gratitude, it shifts your focus from what you lack to the strength you already hold. Mirror work and self-worth. Stand before the mirror. Look into your own eyes. This may feel uncomfortable at first, but it is powerful. So often, we speak kindly to others but cruelly to ourselves. We downplay our worth, criticize our reflection, question our value. The Stoics would tell you, you are already enough, not because of what you achieve, but because of the character you are shaping every single day. So when you look into the mirror this morning, speak to yourself as a Stoic would, with honesty, with love, with respect. Say, I am worthy of love, not because of what I do, but because of who I am becoming. I am grateful for my body, for carrying me through each day. I am abundant in worth, abundant in strength, abundant in life. When you affirm your worth each morning, you train your mind to see yourself not as lacking, but as complete. You remind yourself that abundance begins inside, not outside. You stop begging the world for validation, and instead give yourself the respect you deserve. This is Stoic self-love, not arrogance, not vanity, but acceptance of your humanity and gratitude for the gift of being, receiving without fear. Sometimes abundance knocks, but we are too afraid to open the door. We sabotage blessings because we think we are unworthy or because we fear losing what we receive. But the Stoics would say, all things are temporary. To fear loss is to miss the gift while it is present. So today, allow yourself to receive without fear. Accept kindness. Accept opportunities. Accept love. Accept even the smallest joys. A smile from a stranger, the warmth of your coffee, the quiet beauty of sunlight. Affirm gently, I receive abundance without fear. I allow good things to come into my life. I am worthy of joy, and I accept it with gratitude. To receive without fear is not to cling, but to flow. To enjoy what comes without chains of attachment. To welcome the gift, and when it passes, to let it go with calm. That is true Stoic abundance. Daily rituals of gratitude. Gratitude must not be a thought you have once. It must be a practice, a ritual, a discipline of the mind. Here are ways to practice daily the Stoic way. Morning reflection. Before the world reaches for you, sit with your breath. Write down 3 small things you are grateful for. Not extraordinary things. Simple ones. The bed that held you, the air that fills you, the strength to rise again. Evening review. At night before sleep, reflect on the day. Ask, what was given me freely today? What moment of peace or joy slipped quietly into my life? Marcus Aurelius did this each evening, journaling not for the world, but for his own soul. Verbal affirmations. Speak your affirmations aloud. Whisper them while walking. Repeat them in silence when fear visits. Words shape thought, and thought shapes perception. Gratitude and hardship. When something challenges you, pause. Before you complain, ask, what gift is hidden here? What strength is this moment shaping in me? Acts of giving. Gratitude is not complete until it is shared. When you give your time, your kindness, your patience, you multiply abundance. Affirm this practice. Gratitude is my discipline. Abundance is my way of seeing. Each day, I choose to return to enough. The abundance of simplicity. There's freedom in simplicity. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who is too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." When you learn to be grateful for less, you become rich in ways the world cannot measure. This morning, as you step into the day, remember, you do not need everything to live abundantly. You only need presence. You only need gratitude. You only need to remind yourself, this is enough. Affirm, I let go of unnecessary wants. I embrace simplicity and peace. I find joy in the little things, for they are not little at all. The Stoics remind us, the richest life is not one of excess, but one of freedom. And freedom begins with gratitude, strength, and hardship. Life will not spare you from storms, but gratitude and Stoic abundance give you the tools to stand firm. Think of the oak tree in the wind. It does not curse the storm. It bends, it sways, but it does not break. The storm passes and the oak still stands. You too are that tree. The Stoics taught us that hardship is not an enemy, but a teacher. Seneca said, difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. And so we give thanks even for trials, not because we enjoy suffering, but because suffering refines us. It chisels away weakness and leaves behind strength. Affirm softly, I am stronger than what opposes me. I thank life for the challenges that sharpen my spirit. I do not run from storms. I learn to stand within them. When you affirm strength and hardship, you turn pain into purpose. You remind yourself that life owes you no comfort, but it always offers you growth. The calm acceptance of fate. Gratitude is not only for what we choose, but also for what life chooses for us. The Stoics call this amor fati, the love of fate. To not merely accept what happens, but to embrace it as part of your path. This is the highest form of abundance. To see even loss, even endings, as gifts. Marcus Aurelius wrote, a blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything thrown into it. Be that fire. Whatever life throws upon you, burn it into light. Affirm, I welcome what comes, for it is part of my path. I love my fate, for it shapes my soul. Nothing that comes to me is wasted. All of it becomes fuel for my strength. This acceptance does not mean passivity. It means power, because when you stop fighting life, you free your energy to live fully. You discover gratitude not only for joys, but also for struggles, the practice of letting go. Abundance is not found in holding on. It is found in letting go. We cling to the past, to regrets, to people who have left, to things that no longer serve us. But the Stoics remind us, all is temporary. To cling is to suffer. To release is to be free. This morning, as you breathe, let go. Release the grip of yesterday. Release the fear of tomorrow. Release the illusion that you control all outcomes. Affirm gently, I let go of what I cannot control. I release the past and meet this moment with calm. I am free when I surrender to life's flow. Gratitude helps this release. For when you see what you already have, you do not need to cling. When you notice the gift of the present, you stop worshiping the past. When you embrace sufficiency, you stop fearing loss. This is the abundance of letting go. Hands open, heart free, spirit light. The abundance of being present. The world will try to rush you, to pull you into the future with anxiety, or drag you back into the past with regret. But the Stoics remind us, life is always here, always now, always in this breath. Gratitude roots you in presence. It tells you, this sip of water, this quiet moment, this inhale, this is enough. You don't need to wait for joy. It is already here. Affirm, I am present in this breath. I find peace in the now. I am abundant because I live fully in this moment. Presence dissolves fear. It dissolves regret. It shows you that life is not tomorrow, not yesterday, but this very heartbeat. And when you live here, you live richly. Sharing gratitude. Abundance multiplies when it is shared. This morning, you have reminded yourself of something sacred, that life does not owe you anything, yet it has already given you everything. You have practiced gratitude, and gratitude has shown you that abundance is not outside you. It is within you. It is not in what you hold, but in how you see. Not in what you chase, but in how you stand still and breathe. The Stoics would tell you, happiness is not found in endless desires, but in the discipline of contentment. You are richest when you need the least. You are strongest when you accept what comes. You are most free when you let go of what you cannot control. And so, as this day begins, carry these truths with you. Life is short, but it is enough. Challenges will come, but they are teachers. Joy will rise, not in possessions, but in presence. You are already whole. You are already abundant. You are already standing in the wealth of this moment. So breathe deeply. Straighten your posture. Step into this day not with fear, but with calm, steady confidence. Whatever comes, you will meet it. Whatever is taken, you will endure it. Whatever is given, you will receive it with gratitude, because you are living as the Stoics taught, free from excess, rooted in gratitude, abundant in spirit. Whisper these slowly, and let them echo through your day. I am grateful for this life. I am abundant in what I already have. I welcome challenges as my teachers. I trust my fate, and I embrace it with love. I release what is beyond my control. I live fully in this moment. Gratitude is my strength. Abundance is my wealth. Peace is my way. And with that, you begin again. This morning is yours. This life is yours. And it is enough.